Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a fun little video of capturing my current physical TBR because I feel like I haven't been doing too bad on the ratio of the books I've read for my TBR versus the amount of books that I've gotten since my last TBR video. So I was curious to see how much of it has changed since then and if I gotten worse or better. I feel like in my heart it's gotten better, but in my brain it's probably worse. I probably have a much higher TBR than before, but we'll see. From today, we're gonna go through them really quickly. I'm not gonna talk about the books themselves or the synopsis because that would just make this video hours long, and I know you probably don't want to sit down and listen to that, but we're gonna go through them quickly. I put them into different categories so you guys know how I organize my physical TBR. The first category is series that I'm in the middle of, and I have the remaining books in the series, and the first two are going to be the Crescent City books. So I read the first book a while back now, probably half a year now. I just haven't gotten to these two yet. One, because they are massive and I need to like dedicate a whole video and whole week and a half, however long it takes me to finish these, depending on how into it I am. And that's just like a really big commitment. It's such a big commitment, and I didn't love the first one enough to really want to jump into the next one that much. So these two are the first books in this category on my physical TBR. I'll also keep a count of the number up here or up here, wherever, for you guys to keep count with me on how many books I have. Then we have The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. This is the second book after The Stolen Heir is following two different characters that we meet from the Cruel Prince series, and this is the second book in the duology, Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Gorgeous. This is the second book, and this is the third book. I know it's really silly of me to get special editions of books that I haven't even read before, but I just thought these were so pretty. The front covers are almost the same designs as the UK editions of the books, just in different color variations, and I just thought they were so much prettier than the US editions, so I just had to, you know. I didn't have to. No one forced me to, but these two I recently just got in a vlog, and that is The Grandest Game and Games Untold by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. If you guys have seen my other videos, you know that I really love her writing and her YA mysteries. They are just so quick, fast-paced, and just entertaining throughout the entire time of reading the book. So I just love her so much. She is actually one of the authors that brought me completely out of a reading slump, and why I started doing my booktube, because I read her entire Inheritance Game series and I just fell back in love with reading. You know, the rest is history. So these are the next two books in that series. This one is following the original cast, and this one is following a new set of people within the same world. Then we have The Songbird and The Heart of Stone. These titles are always so long, I have to read them from the cover, but this is by Carissa Broadbent. She is the writer of The Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is the second duology set within the Nyaxia series. So The Serpent and the Kings of Night is part of the first duet, and this is the first book of the second duet. I know that the second book is going to be coming out very soon, so I do need to read this. I'm really excited for this one because I think this is going to be within the vampire house that I was really most intrigued with reading the first duology. Next up is Two Twisted Crowns, the next book after One Dark Window. It's a duology, so I need to finish this to finish the series. I really enjoyed One Dark Window. I don't know why it took me so long. I actually softy enough One Dark Window a while back, but then I read it during book club recently and we fell in love with it. It was such a fun, quick-paced read. The magic system is super unique, so I'm really excited to jump back in because the ending of that one was so good. Next one, Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the next book after Red Rising, and if you guys have watched that reading vlog, I gave Red Rising a 5-star. Why did I not pick up the next one right away? Because Red Rising is one of those books that I feel like I need a filler or a breather in between going through this books. After that, I just never picked it up again, and I wish I did, because now I feel like I need a refresher on Red Rising and all the character and their names before I jump into this one, because if you guys haven't read this series, it is very intricate and very detail oriented. There's a lot of different little details that if you don't understand or if you don't remember, I feel like will confuse a lot of the plot within the series. So I think I need to watch a video of an in-depth summary and refresher of Red Rising before I jump into this. The next two were very impulsive buys because the first book I read I enjoyed so much that I immediately ordered the next two, thinking, you know what, I'm gonna jump right into them, and then got busy and did not do what? Did not jump into them. Hence why they are still on my physical TBR, and that is Flamefall and Fury Song by Rosaria Munda, and this is the second and third book. If you guys love dragons and you like a YA fantasy rather than an adult fantasy, this was so good. Guys, if you love dragons, if you love government and political parties, not parties, that's the wrong thing. If you like political intrigue with like being involved with the government and the characters having growth throughout the books, I highly recommend reading Fireborn, and I'll let you guys know once I read these if these are also just as good. Then we have The Housemaid's Secret, the second book after The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This is a mystery thriller. I'm really surprised, actually. I don't see mystery thrillers typically in a series. They're usually standalones. So I enjoyed the first one and I got this one a while back. If I'm being honest, I'm not too excited to read it because I haven't heard great reviews on it. And then I also heard terrible reviews for the third book. Yeah, there are 3 books in this series. But since I do have this, I do want to read this whenever I am in a mood for a mystery thriller, just to see, in my own opinion, if I enjoy it or not. Am I gonna get the third one? We'll see. I'm not one of those readers now, which thank God I'm not. But before I used to be like, you know, I just have to finish the series. I'm already this far through. I should just finish it. No, I'm not gonna waste my time. If I don't enjoy this book, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not doing that. And then the last one for this category is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. Do not ask me why I have not finished the series yet. I don't like... There's a lot going on. There is a lot going on, but do not worry. This is going to be read very soon. And I'm so excited because Bo is actually one of the characters I was looking forward to the most, but I'm also really hesitant because the other character I was looking forward to was Sloane and Jasper. And that one actually became one of my least favorite out of the series. I still enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite or top tier like I was hoping. So I'm really scared that this one might also fall in that category, but I'm also just excited to read another Chestnut Springs book because sometimes you just need a cute little filler romance. These books are so fast paced and so fun to read. The next category we're gonna jump into is Fairy Loot books. If you guys don't know, I used to be a part of Fairy Loot subscription for the YA fantasy, and I used to love these books because it was just fun. You got little trinkets in these books with a special edition of a YA fantasy book, and I just thought it was a fun thing to get every single month. But I actually ended up canceling my subscription not too long ago because I was obtaining so many books throughout the months that I was like, you know, I'm not reading them when I should be reading them, and they're just accumulating and sitting there, and I feel kind of bad and I just don't need it anymore. So I canceled the subscription, and I think that was the right move for me. We're just gonna go through them really quickly because I obviously do not know the full synopsis for every single book or series or whatever. The first one's gonna be The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker, and this is so pretty. It is set in ancient China, I believe. Bonesmith by Nikki Poe Preda? Predo. I don't know why I put an A when it's literally an O. This one's a little scary, but the art is very cool. I've never heard of this book. I've seen it at Barnes. Oh, this is a really pretty green. And then sometimes they have reversible dust jackets. The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. Oh, this is kind of like giving Beauty and the Beast. The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I've actually heard of this one. Threads That Bind. I heard this one was also a very popular book recently. City of Nightmares, giving Mafia, which is kind of cool. The next one I actually ordered personally because I just thought it was a really pretty edition, and also I loved the movie Howl's Moving Castle, so I wanted to read the book that it was based off of. But look how gorgeous. Look how cute the hardcover. The next two, one of them was from a box and then the other I ordered just to match with the first one. I did not read this first one, so why did I order a special edition? That was just who I was back then. Not anymore. Not anymore. The first one is The Darkening by Sonia Mara and the second one is The Light Struck. The second one, very cool edges. And then the hardcover is black for this one. We have Silver in the Bone by, where is it? Alexandra Bracken. Whoa, the art does not match. The art does not match what I was seeing in the front. But it is a very cool art nonetheless. Back end papers. Then we have the Forest Grimm. This is a really pretty cover. This is kind of like whimsical fantasy, maybe fairy tale-esque. Oh, Red Riding Hood. She looks like Red Riding Hood, huh? That's probably what this book is based on. The little fairy tale of Red Riding Hood. Oh, look how pretty. I love this burgundy hardcover. Love how I'm doing this like it's an unboxing when I've had these books. I've just completely forgot what they look like without the dust jackets. But reversible dust jacket, very pretty. Sidebar, I do plan on doing a reading vlog series where I go through and read only Fairy Loot books. So if you're interested in seeing if Fairy Loot is worth it or what kind of books Fairy Loot puts in their monthly boxes, I'm gonna do a reading vlog series for it. So look out for that if you're interested. Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. This edition is so pretty. I know that it's called a different title in the US compared to the UK. This is the Crimson Moth. Look how pretty this is. Like, the pink is stunning. This art makes me want to read the book. Like, and the reversible dust jacket. This one is really, really cool. I've always loved this design. Cruel Illusions. And I think this is so cool. Look at the art. With just a plain cover. I really like this. The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott. The Temptress of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. This one is actually very popular, The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. This Vicious Grace by Emily Theed. Darker by Four by June C.L. Tan. Oh. Well, that's intriguing. He's in ancient attire and they're in suits. Reversible dust jacket. And lastly, The Bones We Burn by Rebecca Mix. And those are all of my Fairy Loot special edition books that I still need to read. The next category is just going to be fantasy. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly because you guys, I've probably heard of most of them, if not all of them. So I'm not going to go into any detail, but we're going to just jump right in. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. Babel by R.F. Kuang. Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. And Mother of Death and Dawn by Carissa Broadbent. Don't ask me why I have books 1 and 3 and not book 2. The Foxglove King by Hannah Whitman, or Whitten. The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guazon, Fortuna Sworn by K.J. Sutton, Red Queen, Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Oh, Stalking Jack the Ripper. Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Flame in the Mist by Renee Adaya? Renee? Percy Jackson, The Chalice of the Gods by Rick Riordan. The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. Legendborn by Tracy Dion. Cinder by Marissa Broadbent. No. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Seven Faceless Saints by M.K. Lobb, also a second book in a Fairy Loot box. Defy the Night by Bridget Kimmerer. An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X.R. Pan, also Fairy Loot. Not me just realizing that I have more Fairy Loot books. These are exciting because I am so excited to read these, but is it Artifices or Artifices? Tell me, let me know in the comments. But that series by Cassandra Clare, books 1, 2, and 3. Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and Queen of Air and Darkness. Then we have Ghosts of the Shadow Market, also by Cassandra Clare. And then also her Last Hour series, books 1, 2, and 3, Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron, and Chain of Thorns. These are really, really pretty covers if you haven't seen them. And those are all of my fantasy books that I have on my physical TBR. The next category we're gonna do is romances. First, we have a novel love story by Ashley Poston. I'm actually currently reading The Dead Romantics by her, and I love, love, love it so far, so I'm really excited for this one. This is a girl that is transported into her favorite romance novel, like the small town of her favorite romance novel. And if that does not sound like the dream come true, I don't know what is. Dating and Dragons. I got this at Half Price Books and I thought it was such a cute little book, and it's so small. I just thought it would be a really good breather book in between like fantasies. Then we have Abby Jimenez's new release, Say You'll Remember Me, which hopefully I'm going to be reading very, very soon. I don't know if this is considered a romance or just like a character study, but Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I've actually read this once before, but I do want to read it again because it's been a really long time and I want to kind of go through it and annotate it as I read. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is a special edition one that I got because I thought it was so cute. And she signed it. This is from Fairy Loot. I just thought it was such a pretty cover and pretty addition to pass up. The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. I got this right after Fourth Wing because I loved Fourth Wing, and I was like, you know what, if she's known for contemporary romance, she must be a genius at it, so I had to get one of them. The Art of Hearing Heartbeats by Jane Philip Senker. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. The Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Let me know if I should do a reading vlog where I only read Abby Jimenez and try to get through those, because I do plan on reading them. I just had so many before. Then I have The Summer I Turned Pretty series by, who's it by? Oh, Jenny Han. The X-Hex and The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Things We Never Got Over and Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. And those are all of my romances that I have on my physical TBR. The next one is the smallest category, and it's basically miscellaneous, mystery, thriller, fiction, historical fiction, all of the other categories basically. I recently got this with Janelle and we're really excited to read this for the summer, but it is Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies. It's actually a debut novel and it's a cozy mystery, it looks like. It's by Catherine Mack, if you guys are interested. And then we had A Man We Called Ove by Frederick Backman, Lovely War by Julie Berry, Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, Wuthering Heights, A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dobas, Protect a Prince by Jennifer S. Tepp, and then 2 mystery thrillers. I have She Lies in Wait by Githa Lodge, and How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I have no idea how many books that is, but I'm sure it is a lot. We'll see. by this big old number how many books I have on my physical TBR. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope I do better, and the next time I do one of these videos, I hope it is down by at least a third. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, your evening, whatever time you are watching this, but I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye!